بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم والصلاة والسلام على سيدنا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين. اللهم اشرح لي صدري ويسر لي أمري واحلل عقدة من لساني يفقهوا قولي. Welcome everybody to the fourth episode of English Didactics Terminologies, in which we are going to discuss and to cover a couple of terminologies that you haven't seen yet.
Consciousness rising, or in other words, awareness rising, is a process learners go through when they are trying to learn a new language, which means learner must be aware of language itself. That is to say, they must recognize and distinguish a language when they hear it for the first time. As a final step, they will be able to produce it.
According to Chomsky, competence is a system of rules that represents a learner's knowledge of a language. Competence is often constructed with performance. However, performance is the practical form of competence.
But competency is a set of skills, abilities, and knowledge that a student or a learner use in order to accomplish a particular task. What about communicative competence?
Communicative competence, as Hymes suggests, refers to the learner's knowledge of grammatical competence, which means knowledge of phonology, phonetics, semantics, syntax, morphology, and grammar. Can you tell us what is sociolinguistics competence?
Social-linguistics competence is the knowledge of how to use language and respond to a different speech acts, such as request. Also, it is the knowledge of which address forms to use and in which context. For example, you cannot tell your friend to tell you a joke when you are in a funeral. So, tell us what is the definition of the discourse competence.
As concisely as possible, discourse competence is knowing how to begin and end a conversation. Then, what is strategic competence?
Strategy competence is the knowledge of communicative strategy. So Hymes summarizes this in saying when to say, how to say, and what to say, and to whom to say. We still need to know what we mean by warm-up.
Warm-ups are pre-arranged activities that are often enjoyable and fun for the students. Warm-ups are typically used to make students feel at ease and help them engage in the process of learning. More often than not, they are employed in the beginning of the lesson, as opposed to the review, which is introduced at the end of the lesson. An example of warm-up is tongue twist. For example, Sarah sits with 6 city slickers. Finally, this video was about 7 terminologies that are most often used with competence, with the word competence, and see you in the next video with new terminologies. Thanks for watching and see you in the next video.